Hey everyone, really quick video. This is going to be how to set up a Cloudflare tunnel on your Proxmox server so that you can share access to different systems, to different family members, friends, and stuff like that. I'm going to use it because of sharing access to photos to family members all around the world using a piece of software called Image. But for starters, I need to install a Cloudflare tunnel on my Proxmox server. Now, I've already got most of the stuff that I need copied down and stuff like that, but so I can show you how to do it in simple steps, this is what you're going to need. Obviously, your Proxmox server, you're going to need to go to the community scripts page for Proxmox. You're going to search for Cloudflare and click on Cloudflared. Copy the first command that you see here. You're going to come across to your Proxmox server, click on PVE or whatever you've named it, go across to shell, paste in the command that we've just copied and press enter. Most people are going to be perfectly fine with the default install, but if you want to, you can go through the advanced and change some of the settings. I'm going to use default for now. So it's going to set it up with a container ID, and it's just going to use your next available container ID. I started on 101. I was going to leave 103, but I think you can change that anyway at a later date. Operating system, it's going to use Debian. It's going to be an unprivileged 2 gig of disk space, 1 CPU core, and half a gig of RAM. That's not a problem. It's then going to go ahead and create everything that it needs to create. There we go, it's all installed. It may come up and ask you if you want to run the commands to update the container OS. If it does, choose whichever option you want. You can either choose yes or no. Just let it do it, unless there's a reason you don't want to. But once that's done, you're then going to close this. You're going to choose your container, and you can see there that that's ready. Then what you're going to do is go to Cloudflare. You're going to, on the left hand side, go to Zero Trust. On the left hand side again, click Networks, Tunnels and Mesh. You'll see any tunnels that you've already got here. You're then going to create a tunnel. You're going to choose Cloudflared. You're going to name it. So I'm just going to call this one because it will be removed later. Test Proxmox. Save tunnel. It's then going to give you a list of options for how you want to install it. So do you want Windows, Mac, Debian, Red Hat, Docker? Choose which one. Choose your architecture. Then if you don't have it installed, it'll give you a command there that you can install it. Once you've got that installed, which we've already got, you copy this command, which I've already copied, but I'll just copy it again. Come back to here. And that didn't paste properly. Try it this way. So we'll paste that in. That's now saying successfully installed. It's really quick. Come back to here, to Cloudflare, click next, and you're all done. We'll leave this without anything for a second. Just click Tunnels and Mesh. Make sure that it's showing healthy there, which it is. Then we're going to go into our tunnel that we've just created. I'm going to come up to the top and published application routes. We're going to add one. We're going to name this. So I'll just come to here. I'm going to call this one PVE test. We're going to click your domain. Down here, we're going to choose HTTPS on service, and we need our IP address, and you need your port. We're then going to change the TLS, no TLS verify, and this is just in case there's some certificate problems. I'm going to put this on. Sometimes with Proxmox it can cause certificate issues. I don't understand the full thing about it, but I know that it can cause issues. So every time I've done anything like this, I've always been advised to turn this off. So if there's any issues with this, let me know in the comments below, or if you don't need to do it anymore, and I'll look into it. But as far as I'm aware, you still need to basically turn this setting on. Then I'm going to click save, and it'll say successfully created. We now click into here, and we can click on the right here for the address, and there you go. We now have access to our Proxmox, not via the local address, but via a web address. Now, that is basically set up. But what you want to do is make sure that you have got some security on this. So what you can do for the application routes is you can add them to basically secure. You can add an email security authentication. So what we do is come over to access controls, click policies, add a policy, choose emails, or I believe you can do authentication method, and you can do password, SMS, MFA, and stuff like that. So you can set all this up. For now, we're going to go with emails. Put in the email address that you want to have included. Any other email addresses, you just add them in there. I'm going to call this policy something original. We're going to call it emails. We're going to allow, and we're going to set a 24-hour period. So every 24 hours, if this was going to be sticking around, they would need to input a new code every 24 hours. You can set it for 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month, or application session and stuff like that. I'm going to leave these settings as default, but you can override the global multi-factor authentication. You can ask them to give you a purpose as to why they're requesting access, or you can give them temporary authentication. We're just going to leave that as default. We're going to leave all this as it is. That's fine. We're going to leave the connection settings as they are for now. That's fine. And we're going to click Save Policy. From there, we're going to go back over to the left-hand side, click Applications, add an application. We're going to have self-hosted and private because that's what we're doing. Private destinations, and this just gives you a little bit of an example, but we're going to click Continue. So, subdomain, this is where you need that again. Paste that into there. You can put an asterisk here if you want it to apply to everything that you're going to create as a subdomain. But if you only want it for specific services, then just put in the subdomain. Choose your domain there. Come down, and we're going to add the policy that we've just created. If you've not already created it, you can just click there to create the policy, and we go through that. So you can now see the emails policies there with one rule that's allow. So that's fine. Policy tester will leave as is. Authentication, we'll leave this as is for now. We'll leave the preview as is, and details We'll leave this as is. We'll click create. Close that there. So now, if we open that link in a new tab, it's taking us straight to it. So we'll just give it a minute to make sure that it's actually working. So for some reason, it's not working. It's not giving me the screen that it should in Firefox. But if I open up a different browser and I go to it, it will then ask me to provide an email address, and basically I can go in and remember what the email address is and type it out and stop being. Do that. Open up my email and enter the code, and there we go. I've got access to it through that system. So if I just come back to this, I changed the policy name. I was trying a few things to see whether it was an issue with how I had it labeled, but it wasn't. It's just the browser. So in policies, just make sure that you've got your email address set that you want to have access. Give it a name. Go through, change the session duration and stuff to whatever you want it to be. Make sure you click save. Then in your applications, make sure you choose your self-hosted and those options. Put in your subdomain, your main domain, add your policy, either pre-create it or create it when you do this. Make sure you change your session duration and stuff down here, click save, and then when you go to it, you should get that Cloudflare login screen, which will ask you to input your email address and then you get a code. So nice and simple, secure way of doing it, or you can use the MFA tools. Right, as I say, nice quick-ish video, and the next one for Proxmox will be installing image. So we'll see you in the next video.